I think a bunch of you need to hear this. It's a factual matter. You need to hear it anyway. The federal government does not run federal elections. Federal government does not run federal elections. Let me grab something real quick. I got my pocket constitution. We're going to go to Article 1, Section 4, which reads as such: the times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof, but the Congress may at any time by law make or alter such regulations, except as to the places of choosing senators. All right, what does that mean? It means that the states control federal elections, unless Congress decides to pass a law regulating them in some way, shape, or form. But even then, the mechanics of a federal election happen at a state level. And so, for example, if next year the president issues some executive order saying all ballots must be cast in paper, that doesn't mean anything. Maybe if you have a Republican state board of election or Republican secretary of state, they may try to mandate this. But if you don't, if you have a Democratic one or it's nonpartisan, all right, okay, whatever you say, Mr. Trump. And I bring this up because a lot of you, whenever I talk about politics, are like, elections aren't going to matter anymore. He's going to cancel elections. There's not going to be a fair count, a fair vote. And I just need everyone to understand how the mechanics of that are incredibly difficult, that the president has no direct authority over elections, and even if he gets a bunch of ICE goons and a National Guard unit to try to monitor polling places, there are literally thousands upon thousands of polling places in the United States. Even a well-organized authoritarian regime would have a difficult time stationing troops or whomever at every single polling place in the country. I'm not saying there will be no election problems or issues. I'm not saying there will not be any attempts to do nefarious shenanigans. I'm not even saying that there won't be attempts after the elections, if they go against Republicans, to try to nullify the result in some way, shape, or form. What I am saying, though, is that this idea that the elections will be canceled, or that they'll throw out votes, or that they'll find some way to not have to do them, I think that's a fantasy. And I think it's a product and part of buying the administration's propaganda about itself, which I'll discuss in another video. Anyway, here's my challenge. If you think that Trump is going to cancel elections, or that there won't be elections next year, that they won't matter, I need you to explain how that's going to happen. What is the mechanism by which it's going to happen? And if you can tell me how it happens, then I might not be so dismissive. But as it stands, lots to worry about. I don't think canceled elections is one of those things.